I was born in England, and when I was 6, I moved to Chicago and spent 6 or 7 years growing up there, and then moved back to London again, and yeah, kind of grew up there and went to university and all that kind of stuff. So I suppose I have a kind of one foot in both sides of the Atlantic, in my personality and musically as well. I mean, this project at the moment is called The Fever Dreams, and it just comes from a love of 80s music, from, you know, Peter Gabriel, Steve Winwood, you know, the synth-driven kind of soul blues pop, and yeah, and I just always loved that kind of music. And we started writing a few singles and a few songs, and they, you know, people at the label were like, this is actually really cool. And I was like, is it? Because no one else liked this music for the longest time. So I was like, oh, cool. So let's put this out. If this is going to be relevant nowadays. And yeah, so it's just kind of a love letter to that kind of 80s style of music, but not being too referential and hopefully putting my own spin on it. But yeah, it's just fun to change up genre sometimes, you know. The themes of the music to come are your classic heartbreak, you know, misery in relationships, but hopefully with an optimistic tone, a kind of happy melancholy. We're aiming somewhere around that The Cure, Smiths kind of vibe, you know, where it's sad, but we're having a smile at the same time. Yeah, we just finished tour with the wonderful Mr. Jacob Banks. It was an absolute pleasure. He's a player and a gentleman, and it was just a fun tour because, you know, we're quite big soul voices, both from England, and yeah, it was just great watching his set every night. But it was a really good 1-2 punch, I think, for people coming to see the show, because it was, you know, we were doing a more kind of stripped back thing, and he was doing a big sound thing. So it was kind of a package tour. It felt like, in a bit, you know, like if you like this, you'll probably like this kind of thing. So that was wonderful. And then we hit South by Southwest up, which was absolutely incredible. I was a bit tentative about it. The last time we played was very, very hectic, and I got food poisoning, and it was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. But this time was absolutely joyous, and, you know, every show was wonderful. And we played a big stage at the big stage on the main stage just before X Ambassadors. So I got to get up there with them again, which was fun, and we played our song like Jungle, and you know, it was fun to get back up with those guys and play with them again. I got my first hat. My sister got it for me on my 18th birthday because I saw this Beck photo where he looked really cool. He had like this blonde hair and he had this fedora on. And it's not a fedora, it's more like a Stetson-y kind of thing. I feel like it's a bad word, the fedora now, you know, from all the internet memes. I got to call it Stetson. And yeah, I've just never really taken it off since, really. I mean, it stops you having to do your hair as much. And I've slowly upgraded over the years, and now I'm at this white one here, and I have a black one as well. But that's it. Once you reach a level of a great hat, you can't go back down to what you were wearing before. So it's you're always stepping your game up, the hat game up, which is why when I see someone with a really good hat, I have to go talk to them. It's, you know, find out where they got it. But I think I'm pretty much peak hat now. Like, I don't think you're getting much better than this one and the black one. I mean, though, if people want to hit me up on Instagram and say otherwise, they've got a better hat, then I'd love to hear. Hello, I'm Jamie N. Commons, and you're tuned into Ones to Watch.